Welcome to the social circle where creators come together to turn ideas into impact and goals into a reality. I am Candace, and this is.
Jennifer, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thank you for joining us wherever you are. We're so excited to have you here today. As always, we have a really great topic we want to share with you guys about what are we talking about, Candace?
Building a brand, which is you, the audience member, the person, the content creator, building a brand that lasts longer than just a trend because the
Yes.
internet changes like every 5 seconds, it seems like, right? We already know that the platforms are adjusting the algorithm every day in little snippets, and sometimes they do it in very large overhauls of the platform. So, like 1 minute, you could be told you have to niche down, which I've always been against. You are the niche. But another time, somebody will tell you to post 5 times a day, 10 times a day for consistency. Use AI. I mean, I've seen everywhere now, Claude can plan your content, right? Like, yeah,
Uh,
okay. The next week, it's something completely different. So at some point, you have to ask yourself, am I building a real brand or am I just chasing the algorithm and internet survival?
Love that. I totally agree with that because I think once you understand that you can ignore trends, you can try trends but hate doing the trend and then feel guilty for not keeping up on a trend. You don't really need those things.
Right.
You need you. You got to show up for your community in your way, how you are normally. This took me a while to connect those dots, so I
Right.
understand where this conversation is coming from because
Same.
realizing people connect more to personality than perfection, that's your go-to gold right there. You cannot miss that point. And I hope you took notes and I hope you really dig into the next couple minutes of us chatting here about what we're talking about.
Yeah. Personality, honestly, that is the real brand. Your
Heck yeah.
personality, the person that you are, the things that you bring to the table. Because anybody can copy a hook, right? Anybody
Heck
can
yeah.
use your template on Instagram. If you create a template, anybody can use that. They can copy everything you say word for word. They can copy.
Yeah.
I've seen so many people do that too. Your captions and trends, but they can't copy you. They can't copy your stories, your personality, your humor and perspective. And
Heck
that's what
yeah.
actually makes people stay.
Yep, because people are following the actual what connected them, right, to that
Mhm.
person that they're watching. Like I see creators on my feed constantly. They do change their, what they're coming on their page for every so often. They do something new, different, a little out there. And I'm like, I love that because that's telling me that they're a creative person to begin with, that they're
Mhm.
trying something different and they're not trying to do what everyone else is doing. I remember we had one mentor and I appreciate the line of, they can always copy me, but they can never create me. And so they can always, and this is referencing those creators who don't take the time to study, to analyze, to review, to repeat and fail and screw up and try to find something else for them, for their account that works for them. And
Yeah.
this is for, those people who we get super pissed when somebody copies our content on there. Great. Stay pissed. Keep creating something different. Be
Yeah.
above the trend. Be above everyone else. Become the trend, right? Be the, and I know Candace did this for a while. Be the meme, right? You had to
Yep.
try to create a meme from a meme that's already popular, but you do it in your way. And this is why people come back for more because they enjoy seeing how you are creating it because it's inspiration too. And that's the
Mhm.
goal here. That's that community connection that you want to have. Not only do you want to make the sales in the long run, because we all know that's why we're here, but in the middle of that journey to getting the sale, you also have to show perspectives in different kinds of ways, ideas in different kinds of ways. Because, and I think this is where a lot of us forget is that people are watching what we're doing, trying to figure it out for themselves. So you're their
Yeah.
example for whatever it is you're helping them solve. So keep those things in mind because audiences are craving real creators. They're not craving copycat creators. I'll
No.
go to AI for that if I had to.
Right. And you're so right. And we talked about that in our predictions for 2026. We hit on that really hard because 2020, 21, the No Shame Sales Game just did something perfect yesterday. She said, if you're still creating the same content you were creating in 2020 and 2021, like okay, cool, but you didn't learn how to actually create content. And I was like, amen,
100%.
sister. Amen.
100%.
Because connection lasts longer than the random trends that come up, and then trends come back. So if you didn't get to
They
try
have.
it the first time, it's
You could
highly
do it
likely
again.
you'll be able to do it again at some point.
Fashion comes back, trends come back, all these things
Yes,
back around. You didn't miss
exactly.
it.
For example, like something people associate me with now that I didn't even intentionally do was Charlie and I and the relationship stuff. I posted a couple of funny things and people love it. And I didn't intentionally do that. Like I was trying to create fun content. So that's a big pillar for us now. So I mean it would be gardening. Like, because you're
Yes,
trying the gardening stuff.
trying
One
that
day
new
people
style.
might associate you with, oh, I thought started following Jen because she helped me with my first garden.
Which, hi,
It's
hello, if you're here because of that, thank
but that would bring us into our circle hack. What's our circle hack today, Jennifer?
you. Reading
What
your
is our
comments.
circle hack, honestly?
Yes, and it's a good one. It's because reading your comments differently helps you, instead of focusing on views, likes, the follower count going up and down, the reach, what you should be looking for are repeated statements that your people are making. These are things that you can turn into real gold with content. And it's the connection, right? If
Yep.
you're making a post about I just did one that's gotten a lot of views and comments on raising a 7 and 4 year old is different from raising a 3 year old while pregnant. Change will come. You're okay, mom. It's going to be
Mm-hmm.
better in the future, right? So that drawn so many people into that feed. I got follows from it. I got people saying, "Oh my God, this is what I needed." That's that content you need to be looking for in your comments because that will tell you, okay, this hit a nerve with my audience who I'm directly talking to. Now I can take their statement and turn it into a new version of what I just made because clearly what I
Exactly.
said that first time, they loved it. They're
Yep.
talking to me in the comments. This is where that kind of everything we've shared in the last year and a half, oh my God, girl,
I
of this
know.
podcast. Um, all of these things add in, and this is where that gold will start to, reveal itself to you is listening and
Mm-hmm.
reading your comments differently from when you first got started. And I know Candace and I
Mm-hmm.
went through this too. We took up the huge defense on whatever somebody would say or call us or whatever. Now we're seeing things differently. And that just takes time. It took what, 3.5, 4 years now
Oh
of
yeah.
doing this mess. And this is a part of the marketing that a lot of people miss out is they don't do that little bit. And
Mm-hmm.
one of my favorite, this is an idea to try out. One of my favorite creators, they will create their content with a specific, do you like this or do you like that? Waiting for the comment sections, or should I try this or what should I do next? Right? That kind of content, it keeps people coming back. It may grow the following. It may inspire some kind of new ideas as well. So
Mm.
always read your comments differently. Don't just focus on, pushing back, being angry or whatever, right? Take
Right.
some of those statements that your followers are making and just turn it into something new. And then you're not having to think as hard because you're
Yeah.
basically being told what you should be creating.
Exactly. And that was our circle hack, which is just a bite-sized bit of information for you to take back and use with you today or whatever. Just look at your comments differently because depending on what people say, the repeated phrases, that's actually like your brand. That's who you are, that's your personality. So keep that in mind. But what you don't want to do is build a brand that you will eventually hate. And Jennifer and I have been here.
Yeah. It was very frustrating seeing creators, myself included, building an audience around content that myself and those other creators weren't even liking how they were
Hmm.
making it. They just felt we all felt trapped, and
Yeah.
that's because honestly, I think we were all kind of fed a certain tagline about how to show up online when we didn't know how. And we stuck to that because it was working for some, but not others. The thing
Hmm.
was, is that we were constantly trying to chase a trend, so it was burning us out. We were feeling pressure to stay on brand, quote unquote. We weren't understanding why there was such fast growth, um, but they didn't have a lot of long-term success. Like they faltered and they went and hopped off to a whole other product. And
Exactly. I was
it's
just
something
gonna
that just
say
happens.
those
Yeah.
handful of people that we used to listen to in the beginning, they don't even create content anymore. Like
Yeah, they're gone.
they're
They're doing
gone.
something different. They've either given up entirely online or they've just jumped ship into what makes them happy. And I
Right.
say that because I've heard them saying what they used to do wasn't authentically them. They
Right.
did great doing what they were doing, but they didn't feel good doing it. And so they decided, and you can. That's the
Yep.
best part there, is that you're
Yep.
allowed to make the changes that you need to. And we call that pivoting.
And pivoting is okay.
Pivoting is accepted. It's okay.
Yes. Absolutely. Like something good to ask yourself is, would I be doing the same thing in 2 years?
Right.
Right? Because this is a long game. And if you are like, no, which I felt, I lived it. Jennifer and I had many conversations like, I hate this. I just want to do this. And then when I finally switched, it was like a brightness came out.
Yeah.
And that's when I started to grow more followers and grow my communities because I was being myself. Attention comes fast, but trust takes longer to build. Like true trust
Hmm.
takes longer to build, but it'll last longer too. So, I mean, I have people that I've been following and that they've been following me from the jump, from the very beginning, that are still in my comments 100% supportive, and same for me on theirs. So, just something to think
Yeah.
about, like if you couldn't do the same content in 2 years, is it really worth you doing at all?
Exactly. I think something to ask yourself when you're thinking about if you're in a moment and you're just like, I don't know if this is right. What content felt the easiest to make for yourself, right? What is
Mhm.
something that you were able to create? You felt okay doing it, you felt happy doing it, and it was easy. It fit into your everyday. This shouldn't be that hard. All of that you're trying to do should be according to how you live your life, right? You're
Right.
trying to fit your business in with your life. This is the way your business will stay on the long run, and it won't just be, that quick fast all the other stuff we used to hear, which we don't want anymore. We
Right.
want that longevity. That's what you're doing here. Something else that you can be asking yourself is what content connected the most.
Yeah, go back to
Again,
that circle hack.
go back to the circle hack. Yeah,
Look at the messages, the DMs, the comments in your posts
exactly.
and see which ones connected with people.
Exactly. And that's, are you building connection within those comments? Is that something that is truly going to continue for you? Is that something you feel good you can keep talking about? Or are you just chasing that high from getting the million views or hundreds of thousands of statements?
Yeah.
Um, Something that, we want you to remember too. Don't force a trend if it isn't for you. If you don't feel
Mhm.
good creating that trend, don't do it. You don't have to.
Yeah.
No pressure.
We did a whole episode on trends too, so make sure that you check that out because we went into so much detail about how to change trends to fit your personality if you don't like the trend, that kind of a thing because you need to lean harder into your actual personality, not try to be somebody that you're not, and somebody that
Exactly.
you're trying to emulate somebody. Like just you've got to lean in and show people who you truly, truly are.
And they'll
Because
love you
that's what,
for
go ahead.
no, no, no. I was just gonna say they'll love you more for that because
Yeah,
that's the unpolished real that a lot of people are hungry for. They're craving that. They're tired of seeing the deep fake AI. They're tired of seeing the same repeated content done by 15,000 people online.
right.
So don't be afraid to actually be you online. We love you as you are.
Yep. And focus on the connection, which is done through your personality and the emotions that you bring up with the audience, and
Mhm.
focus on your level of consistency, which is something we say a lot because not everybody's consistency is the same. Focus on
Heck
your
yeah.
level of consistency and connecting with your audience to build your community.
Heck yeah. So if anything is taken away from today, just remember trends fade fast. You do not need to hop on every single one. Creators who make people that feel something are the creators that people remember.
Hmm.
We really want you to think about what your people will remember you for online in your content. So if you do have any ideas you want to share, talk about, we do offer a community for you. We are at the Social Circle VIP. If you want in, comment on down below on this video on YouTube and enter the words VIP. We will send you that information ASAP. We are also on Instagram. We have the Social Circle VIP on Instagram. Candace is there at Just the Blended Wells on everything.
Yeah. Pretty
Facebook,
much.
Instagram, YouTube. What did I miss? TikTok, all the things, right?
Yeah, all the things.
I'm low and slow, guys. I'm on Instagram right now, Jenna_Radilak, but we're getting there. We're ramping up. Summer's coming. I'm excited. It's my first grader's last day of school. Go first grade.
She's doing all the cool mom things.
Trying to be
So,
the fun mom today because I'm going to cry if I don't. So I really wish everyone here has a fantastic weekend coming up. You all have a
mhm.
great week.
Yeah, thanks for listening and have a great week.